Bull or bear? Using my old standard bull and bear coin I've had for a couple years now. The newer one, can't find the old one. And she comes up a bull. That doesn't surprise me. We've had a strong week. Good afternoon, folks. What's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea, except I got the live Robbie's cam on down in the Keys. It's got to be absolutely beautiful down there. Got the tourist out there messing around with the pelicans and tarpon. I don't see anybody feeding the tarpon right now, but absolutely this is the best time of year to go to the Florida Keys when it's a little bit cooler down there. Blue skies, clear waters, and a wonderful place and if you bring the kids down there and you've never been to Robbie's, definitely check that place out. All right, now I haven't done a video when's the last video I did, folks? It's been a little while here. At least man, it feels like 2 weeks. That's because it has been 2 weeks, and I do apologize, man. The holiday seasons, I've just been completely backed up here. So many different things going on, as you know. I share my life pretty openly with you folks with what I'm doing, helping mom, taking care of another business and my business. So it's been a hectic year, but I am blessed. You can say blessed, lucky, whatever you want to call it. I'm blessed, a lucky man. Every day I wake up, I'm thankful for what I have, even on my worst days, and that can apply to many of us, even on our worst days. Some of our worst days for us could be someone else's best day, all right? And I know there may sound like a little sarcasm there, but there's not. It's true. We're all, in some manner, even in our lowest points, are lucky and blessed. And I'd like to wish everyone a Christmas season, not only of rejoicing, but of reflection. This is by Winston Churchill. Whether you like him or not, I think it's a great quote by Winston Churchill, and this is true. I mean, Christmas season, holiday season has so many different meanings for different types of people and religions and viewpoints. However, it should be the time where we all kind of come together and make peace with others, our friends, our family, and the people around us, and also reflect about what's gone on in our lives and how we can make it better. And remember, you can't make anyone else's life better until you make your own better, folks. That's a fact. But reflection, speaking of reflection, let's take a look at last week's market and the week before. The last video I talked about what happened. The market kind of completely collapsed, and it went down a little bit more. Again, that's about 2 weeks ago. But since then, we've seen the market kind of trudging back up there. What to look for, folks. And I'm going to tell you what we're looking for. If I remember correctly, whether it was 1980 bull market for silver and gold or this current market for silver and gold. And gold's been in a bull since 2016. It really has. Surging forward, back up to highs. I mean, we've seen 4 all-time highs, but poor silver, and you can't have a great Christmas without silver and gold. So says Burl Ives, I think that song goes, gold and, anyway, I forgot. Platinum doing quite well too, but however, what I wanted to get into is silver hasn't seen its all-time high since 2012. Only 2 all-time highs to $50. 1980 and 2011, 2012. I mean, that's when we've seen the all-time high for silver. It's half its all-time high. Meanwhile, gold is just really doing very well. I mean, it's busted its all-time highs a few times since then. Way ahead of the game, further ahead of the game than silver. The silver to gold ratio right now, in fact, I haven't checked that for a while. Let's see what that is. Okay, let me try it again. 2,053 divided by 24.21.
It's approximately 84.7996.
Okay, it looks like, and it's even been a little bit higher than that the gold ratio, 85 to 1, that's kind of widening out a little bit. So what does this mean? As I've always said, when you see that spread get wide, there's a couple things going to happen. Either gold's going to get whacked down, or silver's going to catch up to its the trend line of 70 to 1 or something like that. I believe that's where we've seen in the last decade or couple decades in that 70 to 1 ratio. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I forgot. I haven't talked about it in a while. But what has this got to do with next year? Well, where are we going from here? I'm going to give you some predictions here in a little bit. I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen. But what I wanted to point out here is what to look for in a bull market. And I'm glad I didn't lose that thought there. It's easy for me to jump around. But in different rabbit holes, what are we looking for in a bull market? And I've been through a couple of them myself. Again, 1980s and 2011, and current bull markets in gold, not so much in silver yet. But what I've noticed in the past is, I've seen silver. What we're going to look for is a continuation of silver taking 5 steps forward and 3 back, or 2 back, or even 4 back, but a progression of steady movement upward. I'm always quite kind of concerned when I see these big movements in a short period of time. I often expect, and I'm usually right, that they're going to get knocked down again quickly, because that type of really quick movements generally indicates to me that either there's a big issue with silver inventories. That's probably what we're going to be seeing soon. But for the most part, it's usually trickery and nonsense. I was going to say the B word, but it's Christmas, and nonsense with the Crimex Comex markets. That's typically where we see those big smackdowns and those big turns upwards as well. What I do like, what I'm seeing in this market, is again those little increases. Up 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, down 20 cents. With silver. That uptrend, I like that. And even when silver got smacked down a couple weeks ago, we didn't see that $20 or sub $20 silver, in which my opinion, again, I think we're done. I've done a couple video recently, or not too long ago, about sub $20 silver. I think we're not going to see sub $20 silver, in my opinion, at least for any length of time. If we do see a sub $20 silver and a sub $1,900 gold, or maybe $1,850 gold, it is going to be if the stock market collapses. It's just like in 2008 when the stock market collapsed and everything came to a grinding halt. Gold and silver prices got whacked quite a bit. And probably a lot of that has to do with that so many companies, all these big commercial bankers that manipulate the price of silver and gold and platinum around, they had so many other fish to fry that they were dealing with, that they had to exit their positions, whether it's short positions, long positions. They had bigger fish to fry than sitting there and manipulating the poor old silver market. And that's probably why we seen the big smackdown. Also the big smackdown in silver might have had a lot to do with the Lehman short. My understanding that Lehman had a large silver short that Ted Butler contends that got them, is what actually created that whole 2008 market collapse with Lehman's, is their silver short. But that's a story for a different time and a different place. So I like seeing these choppy movements that we've been seeing in silver and gold as well. And I don't think we're going to see a sub $20. I don't believe we're going to see it this year for sure. And I kind of highly doubt it next year. Platinum doing quite well. We were in the low 900s for a little while, and even sub 900. And at the very low, I think we were in the high 7s at some time in platinum. So, I like buying metals, not necessarily companies, because companies can go, just disappear. And if they're in bad shape, there's usually a reason. But metals are always needed. Whenever you can buy a commodity, especially, platinum, silver, gold, maybe even palladium is near its low, or going to see its low if it hasn't already. Who doesn't like to buy commodities that everybody needs, solid, commodities that you can hold in your hand at dirt cheap prices? So again, I like the action that I'm seeing in platinum right now, especially. And platinum to me has been a tell for the last couple of years. And seems when it goes into the green, even if the other metals are in the red, they do follow it. I know that's strange, but when you watch a market like I do, just every, we're looking at the screen several hundred times a day. You start to notice these patterns after 10, 20, 30 years, I got to admit. But what am I saying? Well, platinum prices, gold prices, and silver prices, I think, are doing quite well. And I'm really, really encouraged, or I feel good about seeing this market making these 5 steps forward, 3 back, or 2 back, but ultimately moving forward and up. And I think that's what we're seeing in the precious metals markets. And of course, silver. Ted Butler contends there is a major shortage of silver out there, not investment silver. Nobody wants to sell investment silver. When the price gets to a certain point, will start to come into the marketplace, and we could see that this upcoming year. All right, let me get into a couple other things. Otherwise, you know me, I can really make these videos quite long, and I don't want to do that. Everybody's got shopping to do, Christmas shopping, hanging out with family and friends. Don't sit in front of the computer all week. I have a tendency to do that myself. Forgive me for saying it, but I do. Go out, enjoy, get some fresh air, and if it's too cold, spend some time with family and friends and stuff. But my predictions for this year, and my 2024 predictions. I'm going to go into a little political stuff and economic stuff here as well. I'll try to keep it short. What are my predictions? And I'm going to go into what I think about gold and silver as well, which I hate to put. Well, anyway, we'll get into that. I'm not really, don't like to do predictions in marketplaces, generally speaking, all right? Well, my predictions. This is off the charts, and of course, a lot of you folks know I like to use zero hedge because it's not your standard, and you can see I got zero hedge up here. It's not your standard mouthpiece for the government or large corporations, like the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg. And again, there's not a lot of journalism going on here. It's mostly opinion pieces and stuff, but I kind of use it. It's an alternative source to the nonsense that we get through, again, corporate media for the most part. And off the charts, economist claims 2024 will bring the biggest crash of our lifetime. My first opinion, and probably, the scariest one that I'm going to make here, is that I could not really disagree with that. I believe we're in a recession right now. I get whatever you want to call a recession. I guess there's so many different terms that we can use to call it. But I'm in Florida, South Florida. I am in a very, very busy, active place. We had a governor. No matter what you think of DeSantis, we had a governor that opened up the state early. Now, I could say that I disagreed with the closing to begin with, and he should have, but that's another point. But DeSantis did open up the state of Florida pretty early, and it really did allow businesses to get back online much faster than in other places of the country. And in fact, just to kind of give you a scope of what happens, I think this country's in PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome or so, whatever I think the whole country is, for a couple reasons. Just horrible elections, okay, and I'll get into that in a moment as well. Division in this country and what we saw with riots and cop killings, and really just a low point, all right? And then when we get into the low point, we get smacked down with the Critter 19, which again just had to shock the hell out of the whole world. When all of a sudden, the Orwellian manner of dealing with people by completely shutting off their lives and their businesses and their families, keeping families, grandmothers in nursing homes that had to die alone with the nurse and their. Anyways, I know, better not go there, but we're in PTSD. I'm sure of it. I can see it. I can feel it myself a little bit. I wondered. It's just a general, and a person described it well, malaise that I see happening out there. What does this have to do with everything? Well, 2020 hit us pretty hard too with that, and it wasn't so much the critter as it was the response to it, okay? And the political thing never got any better, and the other stuff didn't get any better. And all of a sudden in Florida, our economy shut down like everyone else, but he opened it up a little bit. DeSantis opened up. We got a flood of people from the Northeast states that came down here because we were open. They weren't. They wanted sunshine and have some fun. And so we got 2020, I forget, 2021 or something like that, we got a flood of people for about 6 months to a year. Now, how can I tell this? Well, my store is situated near a large parking lot that's a privately paid parking lot. So prior to the critter, that parking lot was generally half full, 3/4 full all the time. And on weekends, you couldn't even park around this place. And again, we are a major destination. We have big money around here, multi-billionaires that live in my area, millionaires, tons of those. I see Ferraris drive by all the time, all right? Ferraris are common like Mercedes in some places here. I saw this parking lot full, I mean almost full, for a matter of 6 months. And a lot of that was people coming away from the Critter 19 and people having that stimmy money and, having some money, which is kind of interesting. So I think a lot of it gets spent down here. But slowly, since then, 2021, I want to say 2022, maybe 2022, since then, I have seen a really slow decline in that parking lot. I've seen less and less people parking back there. I am starting to see the effects that it's having on the local hotels, businesses, and everything. I believe we're in a recession. I believe we probably have been, just creeping into it quite a bit. But maybe, well, of course, corporate media and the current political situation, they don't want to bring that up because we do have elections coming up. All right, so I believe that we are in a recession right now. I believe, folks, you're going to have to start planning for what could be a really deep recession or deep depression. This is my prediction, and most of you are probably seeing it already. Plan accordingly. And I am not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to do it. But I do know that gold and silver is part of my whole plan and my whole. Not so much of making money. People will say, well, hey, listen, I could have put my money in Apple or something and made, when they opened up and I'd been a billionaire. And, you can't say that with gold, really. But really what you can say about gold and silver is during really tough times and hard times, it holds its value. Again, I go back to saying, which would you have rather stuffed under your mattress in 1929, 1930? A $20 gold piece or a $20 bill? The $20 gold piece, which was worth only $20 then, is now worth $2,000. That $20 bill in 1929, you can still spend it for $20. So you see the difference there. 100 times it saved its money, as well as silver. Which would you rather have? 4 silver quarters in your pocket, or a dollar under your mattress in 1964 to now, or a dollar bill? Dollar bill will just buy you $1. Those 4 quarters will still buy you 4 gallons of gas, actually. Oh, what a beautiful day out it is. Oh my gosh. Love, we're going to get out there shortly. And by the way, I'm going on vacation somewhere. I'll tell you where when I get back. All right, some other predictions here. Well, really, the depression thing is the biggest thing that I see here. As far as this particular country fighting with Ukraine, I am hoping we see peace in that region. I believe that because of the situation that we probably will. Lack of money. You need money to fight wars. This country doesn't have money to support that war, and we don't have money to support the war what we've got going in Israel. So, one of the maybe the good things about going broke, and one of the good things about being in a recession is that less people get killed, perhaps. I'm thinking maybe not. Usually, sometimes they use wars to stimulate economies, but that ain't going to happen here, folks. There's no war that'll stimulate our economy. It'll just kill more people. So I'm thinking that this is my prediction, I think we're going to see that particular Ukraine-Russian war start to slow down and negotiations to happen at some point. That's my prediction. That's good for mankind. That's good for all economies, I believe. So where else are we going to go? What else am I thinking? Elections, all right? As you can see, I'm kind of getting some ideas here. I'm doing this off the cuff like I always do. So, elections. I believe, now, this is not endorsements for anybody. As you know, I'm libertarian. I have my different views. I get to throw stones at both glass houses of Republicans and Democrats. It's a good thing about being an independent or a libertarian. You get to throw stones, and you don't live in a glass house for the most part. I am fiscally conservative, but socially liberal, so the best of what both parties claim. But my opinion, again, is that I think that because of Biden's going into these wars like he has, not so much with the Ukraine war, but this war in Israel, that he has really divided his base dramatically in a huge way. He's lost a huge amount of voters. There's no way that he's going to win this, especially issues that he's got going on a cognitive level. And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying that's a fact. It's a cognitive thing that, I don't think the country's looking at that and going, oh my gosh, what do we got going on here? And the weaponization of the justice system. I mean, listen, I didn't vote for either of the current candidates that will be running against each other, okay? I didn't. I just usually vote the party or, something like that. But I can tell you that from kind of a non-biased standpoint that because of the weaponization, even myself as a libertarian, I look and I'm saying, oh, that's just, that's banana republic stuff when you start using the justice system to go after your opponents like that. And that's exactly what we got going on, in my opinion, okay? And again, remember, I've not gone to either one of these opponents. So I've got to give Trump this one. And again, I know I'm going to get some, oh God, Brian, I can't believe you say that. But as an unbiased, if I was sitting here just kind of like the judge and looking at these two sides, I think that's unequivocally what's going to happen, unless they're able to take him out somehow. And I hope it doesn't involve anything violent. That would be pretty sad. But, I think in desperate times, desperate people do desperate things. So I would be a little concerned with that. My predictions for 2024, as far as jobless claims, and, well, listen, if we're going into recession, we're definitely going to have issues with employment. And how much more stimulus can they put out there? I mean, we're already talking about major, and forgive me, I'm checking batteries and doing this. We're already talking about major money that we've spent. I mean, we have, since 2008, we had just giant, massive problems, and all we've done is just thrown more money at it. We haven't fixed anything. You can't have a dam that's broken or springing leaks everywhere and starts to break and just put band-aids on it, and that's all they've done. I mean, we haven't fixed anything since 2008. In fact, the Fed is trying to rewind all that stimulus and all that money and assets that they bought, okay, and printed new money with. That's why we're seeing inflation. We're not seeing inflation because it costs more to do shit, and that I want more money. My employees want, of course, we all do want more money, but it has everything to do with the cheapening of the dollar, and that's exactly what they've done. But the Fed's in a rock and a hard place, in my opinion. The Fed has to maintain the power of the U.S. dollar and make sure the U.S. dollar is the world dominant currency. And that's actually really why I think we're seeing wars with Russia and wars with China, and we're even at a secret war with the EU. And this has all got to do with who is the top dog currency out there. The U.S. dollar has started, because of BRICS and all these other nations, have started to lose its dominance out there. So there is really all these wars that are happening right now, and you might even think that maybe Israel could be involved with this, because all money is involved in war and power. I believe revolve around the power of the central banks out there, and anyone doesn't think that the Fed doesn't fight wars, they fund them. They fund them. Who do you think funds the Pentagon? Who do you think funds the military-industrial complex? And what is that all about? That's all about the protection of the U.S. bankers, okay? All this CIA stuff, all this going at. Anyway, I'm jumping down rabbit holes. In initial jobless claims, it's going to get worse, folks. The dollar ain't going to get better. They're already talking about softening things up. As far as stock markets, I am not a financial advisor. I don't know any of this stuff. But how can a company do well when all its customers are broke? You know what I'm saying? Or a larger portion of its customers are going broke. The reason a lot of these companies, in my opinion, are doing so well, it's just so much money gets thrown. It's just money getting thrown at them. It's not because they make superb products and they're selling the hell out of them. When's the last time, other than Apple, have you heard someone come out with a great new product and their stock just skyrocketed because of that? No, it's the same old boring big corporations out there that have embedded themselves into government, senators' pockets, congressmen's pockets. But I digress there. Again, jumping down more rabbit holes. I think the market, again, if we're running into recession, I think we're going to see a major reversal in the Dow, again, all those markets. I think the stock market in general, bonds, everything across the board is going to get pretty much slammed. That's my opinion. Are we going to see more of this? I hope not. I think most people are fed up with this, but could something even more dangerous come out of this? One of the things that worry me, and one of my predictions is that, this thing came out of a lab, all right? Now, all right, and maybe that's my opinion, and I don't want to get knocked off this channel for saying this, but I'm pretty much sure that, everyone pretty much concurs, and even the press is starting to talk about this and where it came from. So what other lab creatures are out there? And what could it, anyways. concerns me that I think it's always possible that we could see another one of these, but a whole different thing, bird flu, something, I don't know. Predictions for gold and silver now. That's really what most of you want to hear. You don't want to hear my political predictions, but my political and economic predictions, folks, is that we've been kicking the can down the road since 2008. At some point, that can is just going to fall apart. It has to, and I believe we are close to that stage. I have underestimated, the power of the Fed and how much money they can print and how long they can keep things afloat. But that's the question: how long can they keep things afloat? There's a few questions here. It's not, are we going to have a recession, depression? It's when. It's not, is gold and silver going to go up dramatically because of the cheapening of the dollar and the political situation, the economic situation. It's not, will it? It's when. All right, and that's the tough thing that I have figuring out. But I do think 2024 could show us a lot of bad things out here. Again, one of my big hopes is that we're too broke to go to war or maintain wars. That would sure be nice, but don't ever count on that. Remember, the Pentagon, the U.S. Army, the Navy, they work for the Fed too. All right, so my thoughts on gold and silver. All right, and we're going to get into best deals here shortly. A lot of good deals out there. My thoughts on gold and silver is that given this environment, we're going to see much higher prices in gold, especially, and I believe silver is we're going to have our oh crap moment with silver. There's no doubt in my mind. And for a couple factors, it will follow gold at some point. When gold just keeps marching forward, silver is going to follow it. But will it maintain that 80 to 1, 85 to 1, or 90 to 1 ratio? I don't know. But it is bound to go up. And the way that I've been watching silver and gold kind of tick up the way it has, I think you're in a good space right now. And in fact, I think that even though we're looking at $24 plus silver and $2,000 plus gold, I still think they're a great deal at this level. And speaking of great deals, now you can hear me moving out of my chair because I forgot my sheet. In one sec, there we are, running around the room. I'm going to go in some good deals here. What the best deals out there right now in gold and silver world. And I'm telling you, everything across the board is a great deal. In fact, I don't know about other people out there, but I've got a wonderful deal for my customers that, my local customers or any folks that you want to call and see if you can order some of these from me. Limited amount. I've got some Britannia 1/10 ounce platinum coins here. I forgot the year for them, but it's a beautiful little product made by the UK, and I've got these for the platinum price plus $25. I think the cheapest I've seen them out there were like $10 or $20 higher. So I really got a great deal. And what does that actually put them at? Give me 1 second here. It's hard to buy fractional products, especially platinum, at these levels. But a friend of mine, good friend of mine, has alerted me that he had a bunch of these, and I said, wow, that's great. So basically, I'm selling them for $122.50 for that product right there. And while I have them, while they're still in stock. So that's for you guys that in my local area as well. We'll probably scoff most of this stuff up. And folks, if you're looking for any kind of quantity of these and you don't live in my area, give me a call. Give me a call anyway. All right. What else is a great deal out there? Krugerrands. I am just blown away. There must be just like a large group of Krugerrands that just showed up in this country. Buying, the retail buying on gold and silver has dropped off dramatically. We all know that. I talked about that in my last few videos. But that's going to just give people an opportunity that haven't bought gold and silver or still have money to buy more ammo for their gold and silver boxes. A good chance to buy it cheap. Take a look at this. Hang on. 15 plus... I've got Krugerrands for like spot plus $70, and that's for small quantities. The damn gold bars. How much are gold bars now? And this is kind of crazy. I'd rather buy KRs than gold bars, and it's been a while. Bars have been the cheapest thing for the longest time. Now, bars are like $77 versus $70. So I would definitely, Krugerrands are a good deal. So if you can find them out there, I've got them for sale for like spot plus $70. You can't beat that. Bars are like $77. Again, that's for small quantities. Even eagles, gold eagles. And here, I'll change the pictures here. I won't be so lazy and make you look at a Krugerrand the whole time. Eagles, gold. Yeah, that's a little backwards, isn't it? There we go. It's going to show me a real eagle, a golden eagle. Reasonably priced, I got to admit, for you folks that like eagles. Again, I'd rather buy a KR, but eagles are like spot plus 115. That's pretty reasonable, all things considered. That they were 120 something bucks not too long ago, and they've been as high over the last couple of years as 225, 250 bucks over. Again, good premiums out there in most all this product. So, and I know some of you guys that are already bought in, have already bought all your gold and silver, saying, why didn't you tell me that before? Because it wasn't available before. I don't make the prices, folks. I don't make the premiums. I just follow them just like you do. Try to make myself a little on the inside and a little on the outside. That's how I do it. But KRs, images. Let me do images there. Well, I told you golden eagle. Anyway, there's your eagles, your gold eagles. Not bad at 115 over. Maple leafs right now, 4.9 maples. By the way, if you can ever find 3.9 maples, that's really the way to go. They're the cheapest, but 4.9 maples. Let me give you a price on those. And let's see here. Oh, how lucky. I'm looking out the front window here, and I just saw a lady bend over and pick up a bill. It looked like a dollar bill or something. It must be her lucky day. On the sidewalk. All right. Maple. Yeah, I better put in gold maple leaves. Otherwise, it's going to give me a tree. Gold maple leaves. And you all know what this looks like, so I don't really have to do this, but actually, I'm just slowing things up by doing this. There's your gold maple leaf right there. That's it. I don't know why it pulls up a gold eagle, but there's your gold maple by a bunch of different companies. Atmex, JM, and SD Bullion got them. By the way, here's my advertising. I advertise to beat all the locals down here in South Florida, and there's some good local people too. I'm just very competitive and trying to be aggressive, man. I need to retire. And the only way you can do that is be competitive with the best. So I'm competitive with the best people here in South Florida. I'm also competitive with Atmex, SD, and JM, the big 800-pound gorillas. So if you're looking to buy gold, silver, platinum, and any amounts, give me a call. Even if you're a whale out there and you need, tens of thousands of ounces, look like a small operation, but we're very powerful, and my pricing is excellent. You're dealing with the person, not the building. So maples, what did I say? 80 bucks over. I believe, what was that, 25 plus? 80 bucks over on maples. Not a bad deal, considering, again, those were probably 125 bucks over, maybe a little bit more, 130 during the high. So good premiums out there. I would still stick with Krugerrands over Eagles. And I'm telling you why, because they both contain exactly 1 ounce of gold. For 70 bucks versus 115, you're saving yourself 30, 45. I mean, that's significant. $45 on a purchase. So you could buy a gold Krugerrand, and you could buy almost 2 ounces of silver. Not quite, almost 2 ounces of silver for the same price you could buy an Eagle for. I'd still go with that. I'd rather have an ounce of gold, a Krugerrand, and 2 ounces of silver rather than just an ounce of gold. I'm all about getting as much you can for your money. All right, what other good deals are out there? Just across the board, all the products are relatively cheap. Philharmonics, Britannias, Kangaroos are all going to be actually a little bit more, tiny bit more than the Maple Leafs right now. So spot plus 85 bucks. As far as silver products, lots of silver available for really cheap prices. You 90 guys, you constitutional guys, 90% silver. Spot plus $2.25 at the max. That's not a bad premium, especially when you live in an area that exempts sales tax on U.S. coins, like Florida. You can pick up 90% silver at, let's see, I can show you. Oh, my machine's a little slow. 90% silver coin, there you go, for a reasonable price, whereas, it was quite high. I still don't like Silver Eagles. I love Silver Eagles. They're beautiful, but I don't like the price at spot plus $5 over. And the spread's pretty wide on those as well. So my suggestion is stay away from Silver Eagles. Again, you can buy 100-ounce gold bars for spot plus $1.65 now. You can buy 1-ounce rounds for spot plus $1.80. All these products under $2 an ounce. So if you're buying 100 ounces of Silver Eagles, that's and you're buying a 100-ounce bar. You know what the difference is here? And I'm going to tell you. Give me 1 second here. Tell you how much you're saving. And it's significant, especially 100-ounce bar. Well, hold on. You should just use 1 ounces, all right? Let me do that. $3.20. So if you're buying 100 ounces of 1 ounce rounds, whether it's that variety, this variety, or those other type varieties out there, you're paying, versus 100 Silver Eagles, that's a $320 difference. The exact 100 ounces of 1 ounce rounds versus 100 ounces of Silver Eagles, you're going to pay $320 more for Silver Eagles, for 100 Silver Eagles. You're never going to get that premium back. Wouldn't you rather have another 10, 12, 15, which that would equate to another 320 ounces is significant, of $320. You could spend that on having more silver. Give me 1 second. Let me do the math for you real quick. 320 divided, well, hang on. I did 321. Divide it by, let's just say $26 an ounce, okay? Get another 12, 13 ounces of silver. So 100 ounces of Silver Eagles you could buy 100 ounces of silver rounds, not 100 ounces, 113 ounces of silver rounds for the same price you can buy 100 ounces of Silver Eagles. It just doesn't make sense to me why people want to spend that kind of, I hear, oh, well, legal tender, people recognize it. Nobody recognizes a Silver Eagle any more than a silver round, except maybe your friends that are silver stackers, okay? The general public is not going to know the difference, so the idea that you're going to spend these things is ridiculous, All right, I can't go into that little rant. So there is so many good products that you guys can buy out there. Do stay away from silver dollars, Morgan dollars, peace dollars, unless you're a collector. Premiums are still quite high on those. Don't recommend them at all. Again, unless you're a collector, you shouldn't be buying that kind of stuff. Keep your premiums low. I'm recommending that you buy silver products that are under $100, $180 actually, over spot right now from me or whoever your favorite person is. I hope to be your favorite person sometime soon. And when your silver purchases, man, there's so much product out there you can buy for less than $2 over spot, all right, except for Silver Eagles. And I would stick with those products, folks. You're going to be far better off. You're going to stack more silver, more gold in your pocket by doing that, or keep more cash in your pocket. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for watching last 2 weeks' video. I'm sorry, man. 13 days ago, shame on me. Silver and gold prices, WTF happened, and that was like when we saw that big collapse. But since then, we've seen these tiny increments in the move upward, which I like. I think it shows that we're going to have some more strength here next year. Again, the only way I think we're going to see sub $20 and sub $1,800, $1,900 gold is if the entire system collapses again like in 2008. And don't think it can't. But the problem is, if it does and silver collapses and gold collapses, let me tell you, the premiums are going to go right through the roof. It won't matter that the price collapsed because you won't be able to find it. And I've seen that happen in 2008. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for watching last week's video. Let me go over how many comments. Oh, 60 comments. Wow. I don't think I can hit them all, but yeah, it's. Oh, hold on. That's a scammer. Gosh darn it. You know what we do with scammers here? That's one of those guys trying to sell you cryptos and pretending he's a real person. Just remove it, right? There we go. Gone. Zane Underwood, what's up? Let's see. I'm going to go to newest first. And hey, Zane, I'll say hi anyway. 90% American Constitutional, such a deal. Yeah, it is, man. A lot of that stuff. Thank you, Jay Bar. Appreciate that. Happy holidays to all of you as well. And Michael Matthews, here, speaking of which, get my sip of coffee here. Jeff Keller, what's up? My gold prediction, where is your gold prediction? Okay. Well, it's possible, Jeff, but I just don't see it unless we see some big stuff going down here shortly. Then again, I tend to underestimate the power of the Fed and the power of the money that they have and the power of these big Wall Street banks to manipulate this stuff around. I am admitting I underestimate them all the time, so I'm not going to do it again. 1 second. Like my coffee black. By the way, I'd like to thank Brian, long haul trucker, actually coming out of the Indiana, I think Illinois area, and swung by here, brought me 2 bottles of wine. Thanks, Brian. Also like to thank another person out there, Hickcock45, for finally doing a video on my favorite gun that I carry all the time, which is the Colt Combat Commander Lightweight. In fact, I'm getting mine gold plated. Yes, I am, really. It's embarrassing, but it's true. Not gold plated, but a gold finish. I know, hey, I'm a guy in the gold shop, needs to have a golden gun. But I'd like to thank Hickok45 for finally doing that video. It's my favorite gun. I've carried it forever. And I'd like to thank Marcelo, who does my videos as well, does my editing and all that stuff. But meanwhile, let me get back to thanking all you guys here and seeing if I can answer some questions here. Expiration short. You know, the problem is no, these markets are not moved by anything organic. It's completely manipulated markets by the big commercials and the managed money shorts and longs and all that crap. What's up there, sir? Appreciate your service there. David says another Obama days. Yep, a lot of cool stuff. By the way, folks, I recommend that I'm going to kind of go through these comments pretty quick just to say hi to everybody and read a few of them. But it's always cool to go to my comment section. You guys are so smart and always civil. I like that. I'm one of the few channels that I can see that my viewers are really civil with each other. You don't see that in many forums. Another reason, wrote in the same, yep, very, very true. Silverliner, thank you. You've been a long-time listener. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's and all that good stuff. Hope everything is well with you. These lawyers wearing Crimex, yep. Again, I hope you guys get a chance to all talk with each other in my comment section. There's a lot of stuff to be learned. Cheap Left Kennedy, how you doing? Lucky Winner, what's up, man? Oh, I'm reading this as I go to Crap Champ. Yeah, profit taking. I don't know. It's not profit taking, dude. Again, it's not organic. The price falling like it did a couple weeks ago and it has over the decades is nothing organic, dude. It's not profit taking. It's not capitulation by physical silver sellers or buyers. It's all bullshit in the Crimex comics markets. Sorry, man, but it's true. Eric, what's up? Enchanted, yes, idiots do grow on trees. I'm pretty sure of that. Why would anyone continue to buy as I have for 12 years? Because it is a commodity. It's a cheap commodity. Your downside is very limited. Your upside, I think you're going to have your oh shit moment one day with silver for sure. It's already happened a couple times. Way overdue in my opinion, but that's why you buy it. And you're never going to wake up and hear that your silver or gold went bankrupt, okay? You could hear that with your pension. You can hear that with your 401k. It's gone. It's gone. Your banker could call you and say, it's gone. But if you have silver and gold in your hand, you will never have to worry about it's gone. As long as you secure it properly. And I have plenty of videos on how to secure gold and silver. Edward Doyle, what's going on? Yep, agree with that 100%. 369 in the Basin. Nelke, follow the money. Yep. Christopher Ward, love Ted Butler. Big fan of him, and I believe you're absolutely right there, sir. And again, folks, make sure you read these comments. A lot of you are really, I love your comments. That's why I read them all the time. I don't always get a chance to acknowledge them, though, and lately I've been so busy I've not gone in the comment section too well. Kaipo, what's going on? Hey, cool. A roll of buffaloes for $5.60. I think that's a good deal for sure. Hey, let me do the math for you. Ready? $5.60 divided by 20. Yeah, a little high. Sorry about that. Buffaloes, I've got them for like more than like $26 an ounce. But 28's not terrible. You know what I mean? But 20 coins, you paid $40 more than you probably. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a buzzkill on that one. But keep looking and check your local deals. If you can't find anybody good, give me a call. Florida has a bill coming up to make gold and silver legal tender. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've been watching about that. Thank you, Gold CIC. Appreciate that. Nice picture. Underwater is the fate of humanity to reevaluation of commodities. Yeah. Silver Institute in the years of lies perpetuated this fraud. They just went back and changed 10 years. Yeah, they have. They really do. The Silver Institute has overblown the numbers, underestimated the numbers. I believe they're in cahoots with somebody. I don't know, or they're completely stupid. All right, that's just my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Understand the price doesn't change the fact of the price. Appreciate the explanation. That is true. That is true, sir. But at some point, if you know how the game is rigged, then you can beat them. All right, and we know how the game is rigged. Buy the dips. JB Morgan knows what happened. Price manipulation. Hooch 737. What's up? Thank you very much. I appreciate everything, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year again to all you folks. 903 Boater. Hey, there's an old name I see. Thank you. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon, I hope, as well. Crime Made Easy. Absolutely, sir. DTB is. What's going on, man? Business. Bought 150 more, looking at 5,000. There you go, bro. Good time to do it too. If you still got ammo to buy more gold and silver, the premiums are cheap, the price is cheap. That's my opinion. Yeah, I know, Smiling Mike. It's kind of sad, but it'll change. Good video, thank you. Zane Underwood, there you are again. So what do you do about this? There's Zane again. And I wanted to heard that quad top would be the fourth time that gold sees a new high for 21, and showing meaning it would push through to higher heights with a bunch of malarkey. Yeah, it's all malarkey. Chart guys, I'm sorry, I love you chart guys, but if you know how to chart the crookedness in the Crimex markets, I'll listen to that chart. But meanwhile, there's you have to know what the crooks are doing, and we know it for years. They drive it down, then it goes back up. They drive it down, it goes back up. So buy the frickin' dips, all right? Again, that's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Folks, that is it. If you want to catch me, I haven't been on here in a little while, but being on vacation for the next week, I'll probably go out there and fool around on X a little bit more. One of my favorite places because it is a true free speech format. And you can catch me on Rumble as well, another free speech format. I back up all my stuff there, and on X, actually. I am doing my videos on X, backing them up out there, just in case. You never know. Somebody doesn't like what I say. And listen, folks, as always, besides Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, which is think for yourself and question authority, question yourself sometimes. Maybe you got it wrong, and if you got it wrong, it ain't going to help you, all right? Real important. And hey, there, I did throw a Merry Christmas in there for you. So, and I threw in some gold and silver balls. I won't go there. Maybe they'll go with my golden gun. All right, I won't go there. Anyways, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to all you folks. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Despite all my little problems with my battery going dead and me having to run across the room, and sorry, I'm not the cleanest video guy in the world, but it comes from the heart and it comes off the cuff and comes right out of my mouth, right from the brain. Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. If you're looking to buy any types of gold, silver, and platinum, any amounts, and you live in South Florida, we are the brick and mortar to go to. And even if you live outside our area, give us a call. I'll see if I can help you out. And especially if you're looking for large quantities, we can actually ship that right to your door if you don't live near me. So give us, again, we beat Atmex, SD, and Bullion. Who do you want to beat? You want to beat the best out there. They're the 800-pound gorillas. And also, my local competition, some of them are pretty good, but I'll beat them. You know why I'll beat them? I need the business. Baby needs new shoes. Just joking. But you have to be competitive if you want to be successful. And I am. I'm very competitive. Thanks again, folks. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And I'll try to get some videos, at least one done when I'm on vacation. May peace be with you. And I hope you have a prosperous, great new year as well as your family and friends. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now. Don't forget to feed the birds.